Hi everyone. So I wanted to take this opportunity to do a Q&A for yoga and meditation and to kind of share my journey as far as why I became a yoga instructor. So if you have any questions, just pop them in the chat. I'll be more than happy to answer them. I also had some questions and answers for like known things that I know a lot of people have questions about when it comes to yoga as well as meditation. So I'm going to kind of answer those as well. Also any like myths that you have heard to kind of like clarify those. But if you have a question about my journey personally or any other questions, I am here to answer all of those. Before I get started, everything that I'm speaking on is from my experience. I know that everyone's journey is different. So if you do hear me say something that you don't like, it didn't work for you, or you heard different, I'm open to that too, because we're all learning. I'm here to learn from people that I come across, and I hope people learn from me as well, from what I have to share with my own experience. So let's get started. I have been practicing yoga forever, but I really started taking it serious in the past 2 years. So 2 years ago, I experienced a death in my family. It was a very close relative to me, and it really took me by surprise. It took the whole family by surprise, but it also kind of took my life in a different direction. And when I say that, I became a caregiver for a family member that has diabetes and a whole lot of other medical issues. I was also going through a custody battle, and then I had a very stressful job. So with all of those things going on, my health was not my priority at all. I felt like I really didn't have time to grieve. It's just like everything, the storm came. And it wasn't until I realized that I needed to put me first, I had a mental breakdown. I became so overwhelmed that I overdosed on medication. It was not something that I was trying to do. I just felt like it was the only escape from everything that was going on. I just needed a break, basically, for lack of better words. And I started to have other health issues that the doctor could not figure out why. And then I also became diabetic. My sugar was like 300, and then I weighed almost 200 pounds. So once I got that medical scare, and it made me realize, hey, I need to prioritize my life. I need to prioritize my health. And I also need to prioritize my mental state, because I'm not going to be any good to anyone if I'm not taking care of myself. So that's where I started to really focus in on exercising, because I know the history of my family with diabetes, and I didn't want to see that for myself or my kids, to have to take care of me one day. So I really started exercising every day, 2 times a day sometimes. But with the physical, I still needed to take care of my mental. And that's where yoga and meditation and therapy came in. I really started doing yoga because I felt like I was always on go, go, go. So I just needed some time to kind of like just pause and stretch and get myself together mentally. And then I also started meditating. I did guided meditations because I felt like I'm new to meditations. I don't really know what I'm doing. So guided meditations really, really helped me out with kind of finding that peace and that calm in the storm. And then also therapy, of course, was like a lifesaver to me. If you haven't had therapy, I suggest everyone take it, because it really made me realize that a lot of trauma, it manifests in you. And if you don't deal with it, it's going to eat you away. Same thing with your health. If it's something that you're not taking care of, it's going to manifest into something else that's more physical, and it's just we're getting older, so I really wanted to stop anything that was mentally wrong with me so that my body can heal physically. So guided meditations, as I listened to the guided meditations, I had a hard time finding ones that resonated with me because they didn't sound like me. So I was like, what can I do? You know, because I want to hear myself when I'm listening to these things. And that's what led me to start creating guided meditations, because I felt like that's something that I feel like I want to hear myself when I'm listening, because I want to feel like it resonates with me. So I started taking that more serious. And then also yoga, I found it was a passion of mine. So I started to think long term, what do I want to do when I get older? I don't want to work all my life. So I want to find something that I'm passionate about, so that when I do get older and I do get ready to quit my job or stop working, I'm doing something that I love, something that's beneficial to me physically and mentally. So that's the reason why I became a yoga instructor. So that's a little bit about me and my journey and how yoga and meditation has helped me. So I'm going to get into these questions, but first, before I do that, I kind of wanted to ground myself and just take a moment to set intentions on what I hope you guys are doing on a daily basis. So with yoga, you only need 5 minutes tops, or just 2 minutes, whatever long time that you can get to just breathe. That's what meditation is. It can be while you're walking. Meditation can happen anytime where you feel like you're at peace with yourself, you're calm, you feel like it's a breeze, like life has settled for a moment, it has like just leveled out. That's meditation. It can happen while you're walking, while you're listening to music, while you're washing dishes, while you're just daydreaming. It just gives you that moment of stillness to be aware of where you're at mentally. So it's just a living in the present moment. So I'm going to start by closing my eyes. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, make a ah sound as if you're fogging up a window. Inhale deeply through your nose and slowly exhale through your mouth. So going to do that a couple more times. And then just return your breath to its regular rhythm. And then gently open your eyes. And that's meditation. 2 minutes, that's all you need. Give yourself that time. So the first couple questions that I kind of researched that I thought most people ask and pertains to yoga questions. So what type of yoga is best for beginners? Yin, that is when you hold poses for 2 to 5 minutes. So you're holding them for a longer period of time to kind of settle into that pose so that your body can feel the benefits of that pose. When I say benefits, I'm talking about health benefits, like your digestive system, your nervous system. All of those things are like the reason why you're doing different type of poses. Is to kind of bring your heart rate down. Most poses are challenging, and that's the other question. I'll get to that one next. But that's what yin yoga is. Hatha. If you are a beginner, hatha is when you're going through different poses and it's not a lot of strenuous movement. So you're not moving at a fast pace. It's very light, gentle, but you are following a specific sequence. So when you're doing sun salutations, that's kind of one of the hatha, but it's not one specific type of sequence that you're doing. So that's hatha. The other one is restorative and chair yoga. So chair yoga is very accessible. You can do that at your desk. You can do it anywhere where you have a chair or on the couch. You're just doing yoga poses, but they're more accessible in a seated position. And then restorative, that's when you're kind of holding poses for a lot longer. So it's more than 2 to 5 minutes. It probably can be 5 to 10 minutes, but there's a lot of health benefits in that. My niche is yin yoga, chair yoga, and restorative. Like I say, in hatha, those are my 4, because like I say, we exercise, we know to exercise, but do we know that there's other things that can be beneficial for our health? And those are the things that I kind of wanted to kind of like, it benefits me. So while I'm teaching the class, I'm also doing them. So I just wanted to find something that I'm not always just on the go, and then kind of share that with others. That's the first question. And then flexibility. Do you have to be flexible to do yoga? The answer is no. I am not flexible at all. I was a cheerleader in high school, and I don't even know how to do a toe touch. So you do not have to be flexible. That comes with time. Like, you can build up to be flexible, but you don't have to be flexible to start. If you are flexible, that's a plus. Like, you can do backflips and back bends and all these other poses. That's excellent. But what I can say is that once you do start doing yoga, you do want to challenge yourself. For example, when I started going to yoga classes, there was a particular pose that I didn't feel comfortable with. And I kind of told myself, you can't do that. Like, you know you can't do that. But then I had to change my train of thought and was like, I can do that. I'm going to try it. So I tried it and I did it, and it was the best feeling in the world. Will I probably do it again? Probably not. But the fact that I did try that, it gave me another level of confidence. Like, I can do anything type of deal. So I always just try it. And if you fail, there's no right or wrong when it comes to yoga. If you fall down, you get back up and you keep trying again. So you do not have to be flexible to do yoga. How often should you practice yoga? Consistency consistency matters more than the length of time. So even 10 minutes a day can be powerful. You can do, like I say, chair yoga. You can do it in bed. Anything that's going to kind of give you that stretch that you need, even if it's bending down, touching your toes, coming back up, bringing your hands over your head, bringing them out, turning to the sides. Just simple as that. That's yoga. So it's just stretching your body out, warming it up to take on the day, or stretching it out to kind of relax to go to sleep, or just to stretch when you're working out hard and you just need to stretch. Yoga is perfect for that on recovery days. What are some easy modifications for poses? So they have different props that you can use, such as a chair, blocks, blankets, anything that's going to give you support or cushion. So if you have bad knees or anything, blocks are perfect. And blankets are good for sitting on or laying on, anything to give your bottom a cushion, or up underneath your calves where it's not connecting to the ground, but you just need like a soft landing. And then blocks are also good props. And if you don't have blocks or blankets, anything around the house, towels, pillows, anything that's going to be a cushion to your joints and your bones could work as a modification. So most of the time when you're at home, if I'm giving a class, I'll just say get 2 pillows and a towel, or if you do have blocks, then you can use that too. Is yoga necessary for stretching or for, is it necessary for life? I would say yes, it is. Because most people, if you go to a class and they say stretching, we're going to do stretches, the same stretches that you do if you go to a gym or if you ever did any stretches, most of those stretches are yoga poses. So anytime you're in recovery, you're doing a recovery day, if you work out, you can substitute stretches for yoga, but most of the time they're the same poses. It just becomes a length of time. How long are you holding these poses? What kind of sequence are you doing for each movement? That's when it becomes more of a yoga than it is a stretching. So feel free to drop any questions into the chat. I'll be more than happy to answer them about yoga. So meditation and mindfulness. How do you quiet your mind while meditating? Focusing on your breath, sensations, and mantras rather than focusing on thoughts away. So meditation, you're wanting to try to like clear your mind. However, I found it easier to set an intention. And to set an intention, that means like I want to focus on joy or gratitude during this meditation. So I keep saying in my mind, gratitude, I'm thankful for. Naming off things that I'm thankful for. Naming a moment that brought me joy. So one of the things that I like to go to is the birth of my son. That brings me joy. Seeing him become an adult, that brings me joy. So whenever I'm in meditation and my mind starts to wander off like, I forgot to pay this bill. Let me go ahead and do that. I bring my mind back. I'm thankful for this moment I'm giving myself right now. Or, dang, like I found so much joy today in getting off from work. That brought me joy. So I kind of take my mind back to what I set my attention for that day. Anything that comes to my mind, I kind of like, okay, I know I need to pay that bill after I'm done with this, but this comes first. I'm doing this right now. So that's what setting that intention does when you're meditating. It's keeping your mind focused on one thing and not running all over the place like we do every day about a whole bunch of different things. Those things can wait. I'm prioritizing me first. That's what meditation, this is me. This is my time to focus on me and what I need right now. So let's see. So that's how you quiet your mind. And then if you can't think of any intention that you want to set for that day, just say, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Focus on your breathing. What's the best meditation style for beginners? Guided meditation, breath awareness, body scans can be helpful starting points. So guided meditations, that's what I do on my YouTube channel. I have those guided meditations. Breath awareness, that's like box breathing. When you are imagining your breath going a 4x4, you're holding it for 4 seconds, releasing for 4 seconds, holding for 4 seconds, and then releasing for 4 seconds. So that's what breath awareness is. Body scan, you are picturing a beam of light, some like to say, or a feeling of coming from the crown of your head, and that feeling or a beam of light working its way down all the way to your toes. So that's what a body scan is, like what this sensation feels like, what these body parts, what feels tense, what needs to loosen up, where do I hurt at, where can I, release that, or with your breath. So that's what a body scan is. And those are perfect things to start off with if you are a beginner. How long should I meditate? Even 2 to 5 minutes daily can create a noticeable benefit. So just like I was saying earlier, it doesn't take long to kind of like meditate, find that balance, that be in that present moment. Can yoga help with stress and anxiety? Yes, it can. It slows, and then it also activates the relaxation response. So it is super beneficial for stress and anxiety. I know we all heard like take a chill pill whenever you are stressed. That is what meditation is. It is a chill pill, so it does help with stress. And then some myths that you probably have heard associated with yoga. Do you have to be flexible? No. You have to be flexible to do yoga. Not true. Yoga builds flexibility over time. It's for everyone, no matter your starting point. So the first question that I like to ask, if you can put it in the chat whenever you see this, when did you first realize yoga wasn't just about flexibility? Or what pose that feels great even if you're not super flexible to you? And then the next myth, yoga is just stretching. Yoga does strengthen in the muscles and calms the mind and enhance breathing awareness. So it is not just stretching, but it is a part of stretching. You need fancy equipment to practice yoga. That's not true. Like I said, you can have pillows or towels, anything that's going to support your joints. And then meditation means emptying the mind completely. Not at all. Like I said, meditation is about observing the thoughts, not forcing them away. So you take note of them, you put them in the back of your mind, you'll get to it when you're done. So the next question that I would like for everyone to answer, have you ever felt frustrated trying to clear your mind, and what helped you keep going? Or when you are practicing meditation or giving yourself that moment. You have to sit still for hours to meditate. That is not true. Also, meditation, it can be done sitting up or laying down, whichever is comfortable for you. Me personally, I like to lay down when I meditate. I feel like sitting up, it doesn't work for me all the time unless I'm already kind of like at my desk sitting up. But laying down, it helps me feel more grounded. So anytime I get a chance to kind of like lay down to meditate, I do it. Also, interesting fact, laying down flat down on the ground is actually a yoga pose. It's called Shavasana. So at the end of most yoga classes, we'll go into Shavasana, where you just lay down and just be. No specific way to put your legs, straight legs, put your hands. You can hold your hands any type of way. You can use props to prop yourself up to make yourself more comfortable. So that's actually a yoga pose, laying down flat on your back with your eyes closed, almost going to sleep. Most people do go to sleep when they are in Shavasana or laying down. So meditation is only for spiritual people. That's not true. Meditation is for anyone looking to reduce stress, improve focus, and find inner peace. I remember when I used to go to church and we used to fall asleep doing prayer, and my mom be like, "What are you doing? You sleeping?" And I'd be like, "No, I'm meditating." So we know it or not, we've been meditating for a long time. I've been meditating, I guess, all my life, because I used to fall asleep in church all the time. But praying is a form of meditation because you are trying to reach a higher being, or trying to talk to a higher being. So meditation, I like to look at it personally for myself, is that I'm talking to the spiritual part of me, and I'm talking to myself. I'm giving myself what I need. I'm trying to figure out the answers for what's going on with me. And if I do reach a higher being in that process, then that's great too, which we all should be, looking for a higher calling in some type of way. But if you are religious and you are spiritual, it's kind of you can look at it as being the same thing. So you don't have to be religious or spiritual to meditate. Let's see. So the last question that I have, you can drop it in the chat. What's one way meditation has helped you in your daily life, whether it be work, sleep, focus, or something else? So those are the questions and answers that I have, but I would love to hear what everyone else has and wants to share. Even if it's about your personal journey, if you're just starting a fitness journey and you are wanting to incorporate yoga in that, let me know. I'm more than happy to share with you what I learned so far, as well as I offer yoga classes, private and in person, as well as online. I also have a YouTube channel, Yoga with Nakia, where I have some yoga practice on there that's accessible to everyone. So if you can, go share, like, and subscribe to my YouTube channel at Yoga with Nakia, and hit me up and let me know what you guys think about this Q&A. And if I answered any questions, great. If I did not answer a question that you have about yoga or meditation or just mindful moments, feel free to reach out to me. I hope everyone have a great rest of your night. Bye.